What has the situation been like in the past? Maybe you can just walk us through some of the challenges these marketeers were facing. And right after that, maybe we can also look at what the situation is like now. Because when the president was elected, he did mention no more cadres, because we did get to see thuggerism immediately after the final results were announced by the ECZ at a particular time. We did see how some individuals, some sympathizers of different political parties affiliating themselves to the UPND. But describe to us what the situation was like before the elections and now that these pronouncements have come through of no more cadres. What's happening within the markets?
Well, we lived in colonialism. I think us as marketeers, as traders, small-scale farmers that bring produce in the market, and all the people in the informal sector, I think we lived in colonialism in terms of, much of our resources were drained, by unscrupulous groups, and yet we had governments, that were able to see what was happening. And so we were not protected in a way, and huge sums of monies were drained from the national coffers, because if you look at the 6 million plus people in the informal sector, these are people who are supposed to be contributing. That's domestic revenue, so to say. And it was not easy. Everyone lived in fear, and we had nothing to do except that everyone was waiting, for these elections. And I think it has come out very clean. People wanted change, and one of the things that were hitting up the people, especially us in the informal sector, was the issue of wrong groupings collecting this revenue. It made the councils poor, the country poor, and the monies were not able to be found anywhere because of these people collecting those monies. And at the moment, the situation is very calm. Everyone is excited. We have enough money now because the little that was being collected, no one is collecting it except legitimate institutions. Our local authorities are now going to be collecting these monies in the bus stations, in the markets. Everyone is so excited. I think we'll be able to see very, lucrative, local authorities across the country, like it is in other countries. I think local authorities are very, very rich, and it will help our country in terms of creating our own monies within ourselves, and of course reduce on, borrowing from outside.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Well, the UPND Lusaka provincial chairperson in Office Monitor did mention that they were looking at establishing political structures, UPND branches within these markets and bus stations. You believe that this was a retrogressive move? And one of the things that you did mention is that there's a possibility of this thuggerism, this cadreism coming back into these designated areas where people conduct their businesses. Do you think that the UPND is unable to control the situation in an event that this was allowed?
In the first place, markets must be respected institutions, and I think all of us are aware that we are doing a lot in terms of adding value to our country and to government, to supplement to the efforts of the government in terms of job creation. We have over 6 million plus in the informal sector. 3.7, these are marketeers trading. We have a lot of school leavers coming in the markets, and widows and so many people. It's the only industry that accepts any person as long as you have a little bit of capital. You find yourself in the market. So we are trying to cushion, the challenge that the country has in terms of job creation. So these are very, very important institutions that must be actually respected, like His Excellency Hakainde has done. He comes into office, he looks at the situation, he knows where the business is coming from, he knows where all these people are finding, a livelihood, a market, and he pronounces that no cadreism in the markets, which is a very good thing. And so for us, it gives us a picture that we're heading somewhere. And like the theme of the UPND, moving forward. Moving forward means that we should not start getting old ideas from UNIP, where we had, the vigilantes, and in the MMD we had this cadres the same, and viciously in the PF. I think Mr. Obvious Malitet, I think he didn't just consult well. It was not a very good position. I think all we need to do as a country now is to start looking at how do we look after our youths in these political, organizations. There are a lot of activities. And moreover, we've seen a government of His Excellency Hakainde Hichilema thinking very seriously, and they've created an institution, a ministry, Ministry of Small and Medium Enterprise. It's talking about business. So anyone with an idea, anyone who wants to be in the market, they will not lack anything. As long as you want to be in the market, you want finances, capacity building, I think that's the place where we, all of us, can rely on and depend on to get the, this support.